Hi, so I'm going to try and get through this entire build without having to stop and interrupt any rabbit fights. Probably not going to happen, but I'm hoping it will. They've been pretty good all night, other than just now. So, typically, as I'm about to record, that's when I start having problems. So, I've been watching a lot of... Is her name Janelle Eliana? It's something along those lines. The girl who's come up on everyone's YouTube recommended for her van life videos. I say a lot of her. I've watched like all of her videos that she's done. Partly because my interest was piqued because my niece started talking about how she wanted to live in a van. And I was like, she's had that video then. And then I was like, could I make this in The Sims? Well, not her, but like, could I make a van in The Sims that you can live in? And the answer is kind of. I mean, it looks a little bit too big, unfortunately, but I mean, it's got stuff in it, and I couldn't fit in a shower, but I was like, well, she doesn't have a shower. And you do have, in Jungle Adventure, shower in a can. So I was like, that'll work. I'm pretty sure that's the thing anyway. Because I did originally put in a shower, but then I wanted to try and make it as small as possible. And I was like, realistically, you'd be lucky if you have a toilet in this size kind of van that isn't a proper camper van. So, although it does look like a caravan from the outside. This is actually really fun. I don't know, just because it's so small. I did have to play test it a lot while I was building it because I was like, how much stuff can I realistically fit in here and have my sim be able to walk around still and use everything? And the answer is quite a bit actually. You can, as far as I've checked, and I am aware, I'm not sure about the TV. I didn't check the TV, but everything else. Oh, and the bookcase isn't functioning. But the bookcase was more there for decorative for me anyway. But yeah, everything else, I'm like, that works. So you can sit at either chair, you can cook. I don't know if you can do the both at the same time. I don't know how that works in The Sims. I presume you could. There would be a lot of cutting into each other though. You can come through the front door, so that's a good start. Can get to the sink. Basically, you can use everything. And if you can get your sim to scoot along, I guess technically you could put 2 sims in here. I tell you one thing I didn't play test is that I ended up putting a bowl in at the end. And I know I said I was going to stop giving my sim cats, but it doesn't make any sense to have a cat in this because I can't fit a litter tray. No one can fit a litter tray. And cats like to go wandering, whereas dogs you take for walks. So I was like, van life, probably not for a cat because you might lose them and never find them again. But dog, very small dog, a possibility. AKA, very small dog sleeps on the bed with averagely sized person or 2 average sized persons and the dog can sleep on the floor. But I don't know, I kind of imagined it as a single female sim with a little dog. Don't know. I'm pretty proud of this, to be honest. I don't like the landscaping, but what's new? And I didn't really try very hard with the landscaping. I just put a load of grass down because I was like, oh, well, she's just parked up in like a deserted grassy field kind of thing. I did this in, what's the world called? Sulani, there we go. I was thinking Del Sol Valley and I was like, that is not right. That is the rubbish LA one that isn't LA. But I was thinking, it's like California. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's anything like California. Not that I've been. But I've meant like, I don't know. Because I think, is it Janelle lives in like California or somewhere? Basically, she was saying she goes like road tripping within the country. And I kind of like the idea of like this van being parked up somewhere beachy. And the only beachy place we have is Sulani. So it's a nice little road trip to Sulani. And I love the new cheat. I don't know if it's new, but like all the objects are new, aren't they? Well, there's loads of new objects on there. The live edit mode or whatever it's called. I have to keep googling it because I can't remember cheats off the top of my head other than money ones and testing cheats and move objects on. But it would be nice if between Sims games they could actually just keep the names of the cheats the same. I would appreciate that greatly because it's very confusing, especially when you're playing like Sims 3 and The Sims 4 at the same time. It's like one of them's like testing cheats on and then there's like all prop testing cheats enabled true in The Sims 2, and then I think Sims 3 was like testing cheats enabled true. It's like I can't keep up with this. I don't know what the BB is. Build by? Oh, That's built by, isn't it? Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I did play test this as I went. I think I've managed to cut out all the times I play tested, but I'm not too sure because when I was cutting it, I was also exporting another video, and so the footage was lagging really bad. So I might have missed something. So sorry about that. I'm actually a little bit annoyed because I uploaded my 2-point hospital video, and I was like, oh, why is it clipped like that? Because it clipped with the bottom bar, and I used game capture, so I was hoping it would just capture. Well, on my OBS, I'm sure it didn't show the bar, but I'm probably wrong. It must have shown it. I'm just like losing my marble. One of my rabbits called Marble for the context there. Yeah, I just don't know. Oh, someone's sneezing. Who's sneezing? I don't know what's happening. I need to keep an eye on that because sneezing in rabbits is not very good. But I think it's a hay allergy. Or like, not an allergy for getting up their noses. Anyway, what was I saying? I can't remember, honestly. Something about something. I don't know. These shells were nice. I cluttered them. I think I took one off in the end. Yeah, I ended up having just 2 shelves. I kind of put all stuff on there, like bathroom stuff, like toothbrushes. Granted, there was a lot of toothbrushes for one sim. Maybe I should have put the cheap one on, but I didn't think about it at the time. I also remembered a toilet roll holder, but I did forget a bin in hindsight, so I'm gonna have to go in and add one of those. I mean, I haven't uploaded this to the gallery yet, so it shouldn't be an issue. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was saying about OBS. I mean, to be fair, I don't really know how to use OBS aside from recording The Sims. And 2-point hospital, you can't like go onto the other side of the screen if you have it on full screen. As in like onto your second screen if you've got it on full screen. So I was like, great, okay. So I did it like this, and then obviously it didn't work quite the way I wanted it to, but now I know to watch out for it, I guess. Learning curve. It's kind of annoying. I could re-upload it, but also that's annoying. And I'd have to crop it all and wait for it to export again. And it just kind of seems like a bit of a waste of time, honestly, for the sake of just being a little bit perfectionist. That is not a word. A little bit of a perfectionist. Apologies for the mess in my room behind me, particularly the wardrobe, because I just can't be able to put stuff away right now. Partly because I have to keep climbing over that metal run, because I've had to like section off my room a bit, because they currently can't be in the whole room because they keep fighting, and I'm going to fight them if they don't stop. Specifically, my first rabbit. The second one was the issue at first, so the 2 boys were fighting, and now it's my first rabbit, the girl, who has a problem with my other girl and my other boy, and even went for her partner. So I was like, oh god. I can't remember if I end up changing the colour of this or not. I think I end up leaving it, because I debate changing it back to white, but I think I liked the warm colours, and I really like the tone of wood that's in the kitchen. Oh, also I put like cork boards up and put loads of postcards on there because I liked the idea of like the road tripping idea of like going to all these different places and picking up a postcard from everywhere for a souvenir. I should probably sit up so I actually feel the frame of this a little bit more. I keep slouching. I can't stop slouching. I don't know how to sit up straight. I played like my boyfriend's piano, and he taught me Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Mary Had a Little Lamb, because I've never touched a piano in my life, and I realised how bad my posture was, because I was like sat there, and I think you have to have good posture to play the piano, because he was saying that he used to have really good posture from playing it. And then like sat here, I'm like hunched over. So I just don't know how to sit up straight. I don't know how to stand with good posture, especially. It's probably something I should work on. I think I've got other things to deal with first, like getting back to the gym before I start trying to improve my posture. Although that would probably help, I imagine. Another thing is I want to do some decluttering, because I'm acquiring too many clothes and I don't wear enough of them. And I don't know how to put an outfit together, so that's a thing that I want to learn to do. Which I've been watching so much Best Dressed, which is This girl called, well, I mean, she's got a lot of subs, so probably a lot of people know her. I feel like she comes up in my recommended quite a lot. I'm not sure if that's because I watch her though, but she might come up in other people's if they watch that kind of stuff. But her name's Ashley, and she does like fashion videos. And I'm not usually into videos like that, but she's really funny, and she's also really, really open. And my thing on the internet is that I love people who are really open and honest. I don't know, I just find it, I think obviously there's a line some people have between their personal life and their like internet life, and I think that's fine. But there's just something really nice about watching someone who doesn't seem like they're constantly putting up a persona. I mean, obviously she probably has an internet, well, she will have an internet persona, and I mean, she might be putting up a lot, but like, she doesn't come off that way. Whereas a lot of YouTubers I watch, I'm like, I can tell this is not quite how you are in real life, which is fine. Again, like, it doesn't necessarily mean you don't have integrity or anything, but I don't know. Again, it's just nice to see people being honest on the internet, especially about sex, because there's not enough honest conversations about sex on the internet. Speaking of which, I love Hannah Witten, and I saw she got engaged the other day. She proposed to her boyfriend with a keyring, and that made me laugh. I love her so much. I don't know, I've been watching her for quite a few years. There's not many YouTubers that I like watched when, I wouldn't say I watched her when I first started watching YouTube, because I watched like Shane Dawson and Anision, and mainly Shane Dawson, but like when he used to make all his character videos. But I've been watching her since, I don't know, since like I was really into, so there was like the phase where Charlie McDonald, Charlie Who's So Cool Like, was really popular, and Dan Is Not On Fire and Amazing Phil. And then after that, it was basically when Dodie was like, before she was really popular and like a mainstream music artist, but when she was like quite a big YouTuber, or like becoming a big YouTuber. And that's when I started watching Hannah Witten. So she was like my third wave of YouTube. I think I'm in my fourth wave now, but there's not many people I still watch from like the previous waves, because the first one, as I said, would have been like Shane Dawson. So I still watch him. I watch Anision, but not for the right reasons. I watch Anision because, well, I don't even watch Anision. I watch gossip videos on Anision. And then like second wave would be, I still watch Dan Is Not On Fire. It's just Dan Howe now. And then, speaking of which, his video was amazing. And then I would have probably still watched Charlie if he was still a YouTuber, but he's not. And I don't really watch any of the other ones other than Dodie. Not Dodie, I don't watch Dodie anymore really. Because she's started doing less vloggy kind of videos, and that's what I used to watch. So I watch Hannah Witten and Melanie Murphy, is it sometimes? And sometimes Lucy Moon from those, like, oh, and Lena Norms, who's friends with Hannah Witten as well, which is how I found her channel. And they used to have a podcast all together, her, Lucy Moon, Hannah Witten, and yeah, Lena Norms. Anyway, I'm going to have to wrap up now because it's about to finish. So I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed my little build. Bye.